Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we will evaluate the performance of the receiver for demodulating and detecting an M-ray PAM signal in the presence of additive white Gaussian noise at its input. First, we consider the case in which the transmitter and receiver filter GTFF and GRFF are designed for zero ISI. Then we consider the case in which GTFF and GRFF are designed such that x of t is equal to gt of t convolution gr of t is either a duo binary signal or a modified duo binary signal. Now let us look into the probability of error detection of digital PM with zero ISI. In the absence of ISI, or zero ISI, the received signal sample at the output of the receiving matched filter is given by ym is equal to x naught am plus wm. Here you can see this third term is missing because we are considering zero ISI. This term is not there, indicating that at the receiver we have zero ISI, but additive white Gaussian noise is there. In presence of this noise, we are going to detect the transmitted signal. So we have to estimate x naught, and this x naught is given by this equation. Here the integration from minus w to plus w, magnitude gt of f whole square df, which is equal to the energy of the signal. Here instead of using h of f, we are using gt of f because the c of f will be equal to 1. Okay, that's why h of f will become equal to gt of f, that we have substituted, and x naught is calculated to be eg. Wm is the AWGN, or additive white Gaussian noise, which has zero mean, and the variance of sigma square is equal to Eg n naught by 2. Now this AM takes the 1 of m possible amplitude values with equal probability, and the error probability for M array PAM is given by this equation. So m is different levels of amplitudes, Eg is signal power, and n naught is noise power, and this is q function. The same kind of error probability we have seen in the module 3. Okay, also here eg is given by 3 into e average by m square minus 1, where e average is equal to k into eb average. So these particular derivations are not there for our particular example. And if we use eg value in this equation, the probability of error equation for m array pm can be written like this, that is pm is equal to 2 of m minus 1 by m q of square root of 6 log m to the base 2 e bav, that is bit average, m square minus 1 into n naught. This is the error probability, and the derivation of the same is out of the scope of this particular discussion. Okay, now in this, the next topic is symbol to symbol detection of data with controlled ISI. We are here assuming that we have included the uh, mechanism such that the ISI is controlled version, not zero ISI, and at the receiver end, how the signal can be detected symbol by symbol. Okay, so The symbol by symbol method is used for detecting the information symbols at the demodulator when the received signal contains controlled ISI. Okay, and for the duo binary signal pulse, what we know is x of nt is equal to 1 for n is equal to 0 comma 1 and 0 otherwise. This is the signal which is received at the demodulator. Now, hence, the samples at the output of the received filter have the form of what? Ym is equal to am plus am minus 1 plus wm. Am and am minus 1 are based on this value. N is equal to 0 and 1. There are two amplitude levels plus the additive white Gaussian noise. These two amplitude levels can be combined to Bm, and this Ym can be written as Ym is equal to Bm plus Wm. Ignoring the noise and considering the binary case where Am is equal to plus or minus 1 with equal probability, then we can write Bm takes one of the three possible values by substituting Am as, we can consider Am as plus or minus 1. So if we consider Am as plus or minus 1 with equal probabilities, then possibly the Bm will take one of three possible values, that is minus 2, 0 and plus 2 with corresponding probabilities 1 by 4, 1 by 2 and 1 by 4. Here how you are going to get this value? Say Am is plus 1 and Am minus 1 is minus 1. Then it will become 0. Ignoring this value, the Bm value will become 0. Now again, Am minus 1 is plus 1, Am is minus 1. Then also Bm will become 0. So probability of 0 is 1 by 2 out of 4 combinations we have. The another two combinations are both are plus 1, both are minus 1. When both are plus 1, we will get plus 2. When both are minus 1, we will get minus 2. That's why the probabilities of occurrences of value Bm will be minus 2, 0 and plus 2, considering Am is equal to plus or minus 1. The same is applicable for Am minus 1. Okay, these two particular parameters can have either plus 1 or minus 1 randomly. And the probability of occurrences of Bm based on this is given here. Okay, now if Am minus 1 is the detected symbol from the m minus 1 signaling interval, its effect on Bm can be eliminated by subtraction. And this process can be repeated sequentially for every received symbol. And thereby we can avoid the noise. Okay, but the major problem with this procedure is that the errors arising from the additive noise tend to propagate along with this. Error propagation can be avoided by pre-coding the data at the transmitter instead of eliminating the controlled ISI by subtraction at the receiver. So we can use another mechanism that is called as pre-coding, so as to have this ISI mitigation. From the data sequence DM set of DM, a new sequence which is denoted by set of PM called the pre-coded sequence is generated. Okay, this is the generation of this PM sequence from the available data sequence at the input is called as pre-coding. For the duo binary signal, the pre-coded sequence is defined by this equation. PM is given by PM is equal to the data sequence minus the previous PM or the delayed version of the new sequence. where m is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, it is an integer value. Here, this equation indicates that pre-coded signal can be generated by subtracting the delayed version of the pre-coded signal from the given data sequence. Here, initial value of this particular delayed version will be arbitrarily chosen, and using that we are going to generate the pre-coded sequence. This will be a present value and this will be delayed version of this particular signal, that is the pre-coded signal. Okay, now this signal can be generated using this condition by setting am is equal to -1 if pm is equal to 0 and am is equal to +1 if pm is equal to 1. And the general form of this, based on the two conditions, we can write as am is equal to 2 pm minus 1. So this am is what? Am is one of the m possible values that the signal can take, and it is generally defined by this equation. Now this is at the transmitter end. The pre-coding will happen based on this condition and this condition. Okay, now at the receiver, the noise-free samples at the output of the receiving filter are given by this equation. Bm is equal to am plus am minus 1. Now what is am? We have am we have written as 2 pm minus 1. am minus 1 will be 2 pm minus 1 minus 1. So simplifying this, we will get bm is equal to 2 into pm plus pm minus 1 minus 1. Using this equation and simplifying it for pm plus pm minus 1, we will get bm by 2 plus 1. So rearranging this equation, we will get this equation. Okay, now what we know from the generation of the signal, pm is equal to dm. This circle indicates the modulo 2 subtraction pm minus 1. If we rearrange this for dm, what we get? dm is equal to pm plus pm minus 1, shifting it to the RHS, sorry, LHS. So that is what we are going to get. So if we replace that, we will get the data sequence from bm as dm is equal to bm by 2 plus 1. That is, at the receiver end, we can get back our transmitted signal by using this equation. So next we will solve a problem on this. Okay, that we will do in the next lecture. I think we can complete this problem today only. So let us go through the problem statement. For the binary data sequence dn given as, this is the given data sequence, determine the pre-coded sequence pn. Here we have used pm. The notation is, suffix is changed, that's it. All other things will be same. So pre-coded sequence pn we have to generate. The transmitted sequence an also required, the received sequence bn, and the decoded. So this is complete uh, pre-coding, then transmitting, receiving, and decoding. So all these operations we have to do now. Given is dn. Okay, let us first write down the dn sequence or the data sequence, which is 111010011001101. Now how to generate pre-coded sequence pn? We know that pn can be generated by adding the data sequence with pre-coded sequence, its a delayed version, that is the previous bit. So for reference, we'll take pre-coded sequence previous bit as 0. Okay. Now what we will get? This is Pn minus 1. Dn is not present. This is Dn and this is Pn. Okay. You need to remember this. This is the present bit we consider as the nth bit. Okay, here it is Dn, it is Pn. This is Pn means this must be Pn minus 1. So Pn minus 1 plus Dn is our value. So when we XOR, this is XOR operation, Dn plus Pn minus 1, 0 XOR 1 is 1. Similarly now, for this Dn, the previous bit of Pn is this one. So 1 XOR 1 is 0. 1 XOR 0 is 1. 0 XOR 1 is 1. 1 XOR 1 is 0. Likewise, we can able to generate the pre-coded sequence. Okay, I hope you understood this. Now, what is the transmitted sequence? Let me take another pen over here, so it will be easier. Okay, a transmitted sequence is, as we know, an is equal to minus 1 if Pm is equal to 0, n is equal to 1 if Pm is equal to 1. So using this trick, what we are going to do, 0 is encoded as minus 1, 1 is encoded as plus 1. So the transmitted sequence an will be, wherever 0 is there, we replace it by minus 1. That is, you can say unipolar to polar conversion of the line sequence, line code sequence. So this is converted now. Now the received sequence, what happens because of the noise, the received sequence will be different, right? That we have determined already. The received sequence will be Bm. Earlier it was Bm, here Bn. How we can get? It is the transmitted sequence and its delayed version. So adding transmitted sequence and its delayed version will get the present received sequence. Bn here means this is Bn minus 1. Similarly, this is An. That means this is An minus 1. So An plus An minus 1. 1 plus 1 minus 1 is 0. Next is minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Plus 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now you can see this is our received sequence, where for data 1 we are getting 0. For 0, plus 2 or minus 2. Here you can see in this particular interval, where this is An and this is considered as An minus 1. So minus 1 plus minus 1 is minus 2. Similarly, minus 1 plus minus 1 is minus 2. So zeros are represented by either plus 2 or minus 2 at the receiver sequence or the received sequence, and 1 is represented as 0. Okay, now we have received the sequence. How we can decode the sequence? Decoding of sequence takes place by applying this equation. So dn given is dn we want to decode, which is bn by 2 plus 1 mod 2. So this is mod operation. Now if bn is present, bn is 0. If bn is 0, 1 mod 2, what you will get? The obvious coefficient will be 1. So you can write 1. Next, 2 bits are 0, the same answer we are going to get. After that we have 2. 2 by 2 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 mod 2 is 0. 2 mod 2 is 0. Similarly, when we get minus 2 also, minus 2 by 2 and here you will get minus 1 plus 1. So 0 mod 2, 0 mod 2 is 0. Okay, and now you can compare with the data sequence transmitted and decoded. Both will be same. Compared with the two thresholds set at plus 1 and minus 1, the data sequence DN is obtained according to the detection rule. Using this detection rule, where ym varies between minus 1 to plus 1, then it is decoded as 1, and ym is greater than 1, then it is decoded as 0. The same thing we have applied here with this equation. Okay, I hope you have understood this problem. If you have any queries, you can contact me, or you can comment in the comment